Hello, hilaryHraefnPorter here with
The Cosmic Messenger, Derek Bennett.
we're here in the Star Temple and we're post-session. So Derek just received the tier density level 2 template, Discerning the Whisper. You can check out the other video that I did in regards to talking a little bit more about tier density level 2 and what Discern the Whisper template, what's its intentions, like what is it doing, how is it helping, how is it supporting you on your spiritual revolution. And so this is the post session, which I know Derek loves. I'm always like, do you want to do a video after this? Even though you're in like AccuStone state or elevated state. And they're always good to go for that. So, and one of Derek's superpowers that they have is they're able to go in and have templates provided to them and things done, and they're able to access what exactly is this doing? What are some more benefits of what we're doing? How is it helping activate us? How is it helping to shift our vibrations and stuff like that? So that's also why I love the post-session stuff, because I'm like, what else does it do? So...
yeah, what does it do?
What else does it do other than... Oh, and so I didn't tell Derek, I don't usually tell him before the session, and this is with agreement, what the intention of the template is. So they actually don't know until we're done. Or until he hears me talking about it in the video.
In the video.
Okay, so what else came through for you?
What came through for me? So if a being is having their first kind of like soft awakening, or they've been kind of having like a hinkling inside of themselves that they're wondering, you know, like I'm spiritualizing, but I can't really seem to turn back even when I make some other decisions that like don't really fit with this new pathway. This template will guide you through that transitional period, the soft entry level. It's amazing for that. And then also if your soul and yourself, you're like, yeah, I'm really curious about, you know, getting some like a little bit higher metaphysical templates or some sort of extra modality experience. This template will point you in that direction so that you can no longer turn back, unless there's this huge drop in consciousness, of course.
So that that supports that whole in tier density level 2, you're starting to have these shifts and these changes. And there's a lot of grieving because things are changing in your world. And so this template helps smooth those rough edges, those sharp pokey bits that you're like, this is uncomfortable, it has to change because it's not comfortable where I'm at, but it's also uncomfortable in the change because I don't know what's coming. The unknown is big and you're like, and so this helps smooth that.
Totally. It's like the Divine Mother holding you, and you know, you're just like a little bean.
Little bean.
And even if you're fighting it physically and other things, and you're just like, I don't know, and it's just like everything will be taken care of, everything will work lovely. That's what this template is like. It's very nurturing of the Cosmic Mother. So when it points in those directions and says you can't really return, it's because you made a soul contract, but also at the same point, it's going to work 100% in your benefit. So that came up. Another one was clarity of vision of yourself, both internally and out, clarity of seeing things more clear through your third eye, visualizations, maybe like a little taste of like what extrasensory perception is like. So kind of opening up that, so you just see your reality and your environment, your multiverse as I like to call it, more clearly, so that when you show up in the world you can make these decisions that are more in line with your higher self. So that came up, and then what was the other one? Elevated choices. Yeah. So as we crack open this shell and we start to remove some of the outer casing, we start to have new pathways and like all these little holes. We're looking up through the shell. Whoa, I can see so much more. This is going to help as those elevated choices start to magnetize into us. So it's going to be like just anything in your multiverse around it, from nutrients that you eat to how you sleep at night to wisdom you get in your dream space to chemicals in your home, all that stuff. It'll start to open up and go, oh, I like those
The conscious choices.
Yeah.
Conscious.
Are more elevated, and it goes at a rate that flows good for you. You can choose to go to max and be like, it's all out of here, chemicals are gone, but it's going to say, hey, start to look at these and let's like, you know, just remove a few and plant another few seeds in its mix.
Because it's easy to have habit and to be, it's what we've always done. You know, like we've always had turkey dinner at Christmas or whatever your reality is, or we've always done this on this day. But why?
Mm-hmm.
Is there an intention behind it? Is there a ritual behind it? Or is it just because it is? And it's the same with your daily habits, your daily life. Well, I've always just stopped and got a Tim Hortons? I don't even know, Timmy's, whatever. I've always just stopped and got one on the way to work, right? Like it's just your body memory habit. And then all of a sudden you're conscious about it and you're like, wait a minute. But then afterwards I feel like this, and this. And I don't enjoy that. And then you're able to get that clarity of vision of putting cause and effect together as well.
It eliminates also the attachment to it and the but it helps shed that and the defensiveness that comes with, holding on to that reality.
Yeah.
So. And
again, I'm just going to reaffirm, there's no right or wrong, good or bad.
No.
It's what feels right for you. And when you're going through these tiers, especially tier 2 and the top of tier 1, things are comfortable. Things are very uncomfortable. You're like, yeah, but it was so much easier when I was unconscious. 100%. But eventually it comes to this point where it's actually more uncomfortable and more challenging to stay unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're conscious and you're like, well, if I don't make these changes, it's actually more uncomfortable. And if you go back, you're just like, I can't go back. And so it takes work. I'm going to tell you, it takes effort and it takes some time and some patience with yourself as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then there's also what we call the soma chakra above the alta major on the back of the head there.
Which we activated with one of the pins.
Yep. So the soma chakra, exactly. The soma chakra, this template puts you in contact with it. But more so it's turning it on. It's not like, hey, we're going to start working with your soma chakra and you're bringing it in and these things are going to happen. It says, here it is. And down the road, you're going to discover me. It's just going to pop up in the field in the near future. It's pretty neat. And for people's wisdom and knowledge and insights that they'd like about it, the soma chakra is like the linkage point to the soul being inside the body and spirit and the planet's core, amongst many other things as well too. And the final one that came up for me, as I sit with it more, I'm sure there'll be more throughout the week, was everything to do with muscles. So if you were to mix this with traditional TCM or traditional acupuncture, you would have, you could combo it and you could do assistance for anything physical with the muscles. Muscle spasms, tears, when it's contracting up because you had an injury, just anything to do with muscles.
It'd be good then for
the muscular system. There you go.
And CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome. So one of the things that can happen is we get this really intense body tension and pain. I equate it to feeling like you're a sausage and you're just like your skin's too tight and everything. Mm-hmm. Or another way to think of it is like if you have the flu or a really bad cold and you end up with that muscle body ache pain that no matter where you put it, it hurts. That'd be really good for that.
Exactly. Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
That's the awesome
That's
sauce.
It. That's it. I'm always like, isn't there more? It's awesome.
Oh, well, there is more.
There's always more. There's always more, which is great.
It eases your being. It helps with your nervous system, and it gets you in contact with the first talking to your cells.
Oh, there you go. Because acupuncture on its own is amazing for how it regulates the current within us. So the benefit of this is you're not only getting these activations, these supports through your consciousness journey, but also balancing your nervous system, helping with better digestion, helping with deeper sleep. All of those things, emotional stability and centeredness and groundedness, all comes from acupuncture, just from the nature of acupuncture. And then when it's elevated with esoteric acupuncture, we're also accessing the sacred grid geometries. We're also accessing the chakra systems, right? We're accessing all these different, the Kabbalah tree of life. All of these are being accessed on top of all the awesomeness that acupuncture is.
Oh yeah, and if you really want to know, you could combine this with a couple other tier density 2 templates. Not sure which ones, but if you were to, and you had conscious dedication and effort, you'd turn on your 4th strand of DNA as well too.
Well, and usually in a session, and this is why sessions would be so long, there's a face down template, and then there's also a face up template. And that balances both sides. So I can imagine
the
if
magnetics
we had
of
done
both ends, yeah.
the down and the up for you today. So yeah. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's a
Also,
pleasure
thank
to
you for
receive
being
and a pleasure to share the information.
Thanks for being my test bunny, because there's so much wisdom here, right? It's time for the new paradigm healing.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.